guys? What up, what up, what up? We're on another episode of Down at the Bar. I'm your host with the most, capital E. I fucking love your hair.
Well, thank you
I
very
love
much.
the way it looks.
I love your eyes.
Especially, in the way that you're wearing the headsets, it sounds mad good.
That's good.
It sounds like super good. You want to turn down mic 2 a little bit, Nick, or Matt over there?
Yeah, close
Please.
enough name. My last
Please.
name is Nickel, so.
Thank you.
You good? Test, Nakota?
Yes.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right, we're all feeling
God.
good?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, we have a great show tonight. Thanks for coming out, all you guys. Much appreciated, like normal.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot for having us, buddy.
Yeah.
Anytime. You've been here a few times. You've been here a couple times, and this
Once,
is your second.
actually.
That's my second time.
Oh,
being
you
here.
guys are both
Welcome.
second time.
Yeah. Second time bloomers, guys.
Well, you know what they say: first the worst, second the best, right?
Yeah.
That's like
exactly,
that's a
What
saying.
about the one who's third?
They're just a plain off loser.
Third the nerd? Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
Third, yeah, you're a nerd.
But
I
can
there's
accept
nothing
that.
wrong with
What does
being
that
a
make
nerd.
me? This is like
No,
my
there isn't.
30th. This is like my 30th cast. So it's like, what does that make me?
You're a 30-year-old man.
That's it. That's my diss. That sounds like it sucks.
my
Being
tennis,
30 doesn't sound so bad.
my tennis coach in Japan told me the same thing, saying like, first the worst, second the best. But that was when I came in third, and my parents hated me for 2 weeks, but it's okay.
And by your tennis coach, do you actually mean Emperor Hirohito
Wait.
from World War II?
Being Japanese, your parents didn't like you because you
No, that was
finished
that was
third?
satire. That was
Oh my
satire. My
God.
parents love me regardless. It's all good.
All right, well, that's good. Well, I will go around like normal and introduce all the people that I have here.
Fuck, man.
Like I said, it's the first time we're going live. I can't see if we have any visitor or viewers right now. We may not. I don't know. But
Should I show more chest hair and just
you should
boost the
definitely
views?
show more chest hair. Yeah, that's what we need. Anyways, so we'll go left to right because we don't do women first. Sorry, Dakota, not here.
I went first the last time anyways when I was here.
Oh well.
Look at you.
All right, Alex, how's it going? Thanks for coming out. Tell us about Alex? What's up?
I'm doing all right. Former classmates with Eric. I used to be friends with him in high school, and
Not
I
friends
always
anymore, eh?
always saw him as one of those guys that.
That's going back a long time, high school.
Very long time. Yeah, exactly. And looking at you as one of those guys that you look like one of those guys that put too much of his time into the expansion of World of Warcraft, but then
I never played World. I never played WoW.
If you did it might have been a better place for you. It's I'm just saying high school may have been a better place
You
for
think
you.
I was meant to play WoW?
I think so.
Is that what's
'cause,
happening
I
right now?
personally think that some people actually get laid by playing games like WoW or.
Well, you
League
can
of
have
Legends.
nerdy girls. That's a thing. That's not fake. That's real.
Nerdy girls don't exist in 2019, bro. The only girls that exist.
They love to be treated like shit nowadays.
I love. You know what, man? I love a woman that fucking hates minorities. That's my thing.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
Travel down
Uh,
south,
like,
buddy.
Yeah,
Rebel without a
exactly.
cause.
Well, damn, son.
All right.
I'm kidding. But anyways, this is my friend Matt. Matt's.
Whoa.
Oh, you're taking Eric's
taking-
job.
Yo, take over my airtime, why don't you?
I introduce the people.
Okay.
All right, not you.
Are we cutting the commercial?
Are we cutting
Cut to commercial.
We should. I was just horribly insulted on my own show.
Racism topic number 1. Minorities cannot be hosts, apparently. Anyways. Let's go.
All right, Matt. What's up?
Not a whole lot, man. To be totally honest, in the midst of that riffraff, I don't know what I'm supposed to say about myself. So, hey, I'm Matthew Nickel. I've been on the podcast before. Yeah.
And he's cool. Are you cool?
Am I cool? I guess we'll
Cool
find out.
cat.
He's cooler than me.
A
'cause
cool
he-
cat?
apparently-
Yeah. I
Cool
love
kitty
that.
cat.
All right, well, he's a cool cat. You've heard it here first. Matt Nickel is a cool cat. Now,
Fucking hate
over to
cats.
my right, for a second-time contributor, we have the lovely Dakota wearing a wicked J shirt. I like it, but I dig that outfit.
It's Donaldson.
I don't dig that. He left.
Yeah, I know. I was pretty upset when he left. So
Matt Sundin was always my favorite player for the Blue Jays.
I have 3 favorites: Tulo, Donaldson, and Pilar. Oh,
So-
and Stroman.
Okay, Stroman and Pilar are still there.
Yes,
when
they
your
are.
parents named you, were you just basically an embodiment of the disgrace that they had when they forgot to move to South Dakota? So they were like, okay.
I
so I'm
hate
just
when
gonna-
people say,
I'm just gonna
are
name
you
our
south
child."
or north? And I say I'm
Like-
neither. You don't know how many jokes I get.
You're a neutral Dakota.
Yes.
You're a neutral Dakota.
I'm west or east.
Oh, that's nothing wrong with being west or east, right?
There's
Anyway,
definitely something wrong with being East. Right over here. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, he's the issue.
Something wrong.
He's the issue.
That's true. I agree with
Anyways,
that.
we will dive into today's topics. We have two beautiful ones lined up. One of them actually goes hand in hand with the topic that we had last week with Will. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that. But just to start, before we start off here, none of you guys are
Vegetarians?
vegetarians, correct?
No.
No, I'm a vegan.
I like to pretend that I am, but I'm not.
I like
unfortunately.
vegetarians' food.
I'm just a
No,
vegan
but
because
no.
I love to feel abnormally cold, and I love lacking protein in my diet.
All right. So
It's funny because like there's this one time where I was like, you know what, like
This one time
I
at
love
band camp.
like having an iron deficiency sounded like a really good idea, so I became a vegan for about 26 hours.
For
and,
real?
like, it was really good.
for 26
I was
hours.
yeah, I was a vegan for at least a
That's
month.
like a day. You were one whole day you didn't eat meat, and now you're a vegan.
No, but realistically, to be
Holy
honest, I
fuck.
bet that you guys could like definitely see like the fucking like the controversy behind this topic that we're already arguing about, like who's like vegan and not.
I
And
mean,
realistically,
technically vegan.
This conversation has nothing to do with vegans or vegetarians. You guys
Just-
haven't let me finish my point.
just eat fish for 24 hours straight, and you'll see
That's
how I
still
feel.
that doesn't make you a vegan.
This
That doesn't
this
make you a
Asian guy
vegan.
definitely knows all
I'll
about
keep my
seafood. Let me
comments to
tell you.
myself.
No, Dakota, go ahead. Floor's yours.
I was saying, I mean, technically everyone likes meat.
Everyone does like me. What do you get?
In a perfect world, yeah.
Oh my God, Dakota's mind's in the gutter. Dakota's thinking sexual.
I think we should cut to commercial.
Typical girls, right? That's all they. Do girls only have sex on their mind? Is that what we are?
No.
We're sex objects to them. That's what we are.
No, that's
Um,
what you guys think of us.
Bullshit. I've been
And, like,
assaulted.
Whoa, shit.
I've been assaulted way more times than you have.
Have you ever been assaulted by a guy that only eats like
Did
soy
I tell
products?
you my bar story? What happened?
No, but we can.
Ha-
save,
have you ever-
We can
have-
save that, and I'm down to hear it.
When I was a
They
little
know.
kid, I got assaulted by a man who only eats soy products, and
So he came at you because you have soy in you.
he was like,
Was it a vegan assault?
he was one of those guys that he was
Soil
like,
salt?
he was one of those guys where he was like, hey man,
I'm
dude,
gonna invade your soil.
you consume animal products? What's wrong with you, man? Are you from like Greece or something? Like what the fuck, man?
You don't look like you're from Greece.
You don't.
Well, it's all good.
You look like you're from Russia or something.
Well, you know what? I might rush to that belief, but
No
realistically,
pun intended.
realistically, in a perfect world, I personally think that veganism is like a thing that should maybe not exist because it's like do you guys like vegans?
But plants
like,
are living.
I really care about my vegan brethren.
Vegans don't eat plants.
I really care
I don't
about.
think. Do they? I
No,
thought it was just
vegans
oh,
avoid any animal product.
It's animal
period.
byproducts. But
Yeah.
Like so, it's not living products.
So they won't eat cheese.
I
won't
really
drink
care.
milk.
I really care about my vegan brethren here.
I know nothing about vegans. I just know they don't eat animal blood, but like
So
so
like
plants.
cheese, any dairy products, they won't eat.
I'm really
Well,
concerned.
you have to eat plant matter.
No, I'm
That's
just
why,
I'm just saying
right?
I'm really fucking concerned about my vegan brethren because it's like, you know what, guys, like do you guys
I'm
like
just touching
vitamin A, like do you guys feel lonely? Like, you know, it's like
Do I feel lonely after I eat a vitamin A?
no, I'm just saying, it's like, have you guys ever eaten something and you're like, oh my god, I'm so cold, like, you know, I feel like
After
I'm like
eating
I feel like I'm
ice
lacking
cream.
iron and vitamin A, and it's
I
like,
had ice cream today.
and like realistically it sucks because like veganism is like a really good idea, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, like vitamin A and iron is like really important, and if you guys feel like you can actually get that from broccoli, then
Oh, I like broccoli.
in a perfect
I
world-
love broccoli.
Oh,
I love
love
having
it.
too much gas
Oh.
and eating a lot of broccoli.
in a perfect world, like broccoli would have enough.
I just farted. Did I blow you away?
Don't fart in the booth. That's a fucking rule, man. We're locked in here.
We are.
There's
You
a
fart in here and we are fucked. We are mad fucked. Yeah, no, you fart in here, we are mad fucked. Yeah, so anyways, without further ado, we will dive into today's topics. So, you guys are not vegetarians. Neither one of
Nope.
you are, thank God. Okay.
Sometimes I like to be,
I like my meat.
but only when I want to kill myself.
Dakota, I know what's on Dakota's mind. I know what the hell is on Dakota's mind through and through. Okay?
Death.
Yeah, so anyways, without further ado, we will dive into today's subjects. But so chicken wings.
Ooh,
Are we all a
fuck it.
fan of chicken wings?
Oh, I fucking love them.
You do like chicken wings. Matt, are you a chicken wing fan?
No, I'm a vegan. I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, fuck off. Alex, chicken wing fan.
Well, like they taste like people. So
Depends
I like
They
what
taste
kind
like
of chicken
people.
wings.
I like to eat human beings like sometimes, but like not that often.
All right. So let's dive into the topic today. Chicken wings, drums or flats? What do you guys think? Alex, starting with you.
I'm gonna say flats because
mean
like
wings?
realistically, like when I look for a place that I want to own, I look for a flat. Like I personally like bungalows, and like therefore that's the same opinion that I should have about chicken wings. Flats are better because they don't have those veins and shit.
So you prefer flats over drums?
Just like how I prefer my houses that I want to rent out.
Wings?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Wings, flats or drums? Matt, going with you.
Meat wise here, I will go with flats because I do not like solidified objects in my mouth. You know what I mean? So I just kind of
Dakota's not speaking.
Oh
your
yeah, I
language.
like flats because they remind me of bungalows. That's the reason why I like flats.
Dakota isn't speaking your language. So so you're flats too. All right, Dakota.
Yeah,
I'd say flats as well. Just because.
just
I
because
don't-
2 people voted. Just fucking with you.
No, because I don't know. I find they taste. There's more meat on them.
Well, that's veins, realistic. Right?
Okay.
Like-
Well, now capital E is gonna say what the fuck he thinks. He thinks we're all fucking whack.
Why?
He prefers drums hands down, and because there's more meat on them.
Mr. Quantity
Well,
over quality. I like quality
Actually,
meat
to be
over
honest,
quantity
Likes
meat.
his
I can't.
marrow.
I like both.
I like both too, but like drums are way better than flat. How could you guys for real like flats more than drums?
Okay,
drums
well-
are more like.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, so let's just put ourselves in like a pub setting. Let's just pretend that all 4 of us right now are eating, random wings.
If you want to trade your flats for my drums any day of the week, let's do that trade.
So like personally, if we're in that setting, like, are you keeping track of like what you're eating? So you are you keeping track of the flats and wings that you're eating personally? Like,
No.
like every single time you take a bite, are you like, oh, this is a flat? Oh, jackpot, bro.
So meat.
Like-
No, I'm not. But I'm every time I bite into a drum, I'm way more interested in that drum. I'm like a drum. Yeah. Oh.
That makes sense. Yeah.
With a flat, it's
that
like
meat. Oh.
whatever. It's meat. It's chicken wing. It's part of But when I worked in the restaurant business and I had to make chicken wings, it was
Yeah.
always like you
In
gave.
that prison?
No. At Shoes Joe's and at Lone Star.
Okay.
That's a good prison name. Yeah.
Technically, I prefer the boneless.
Yeah, you definitely don't want bones.
yeah.
You definitely don't want bones in your meat, especially if you're working in a prison, because like somebody could make that into a
Don't drop the
solid
soap.
fucking shank.
Okay. Well, I'll read you the statistics on what I have here, and 62% of people, compared to 38%, choose flats over drums. I'm the one who's outnumbered here.
I should see what I voted.
That's okay. Yeah. Like.
Not so capital anymore, Mr. E.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe more people prefer flats. I can't believe it. And the fucked up part is that well, from what I picked up here, more girls like chicken wings over guys.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I like.
Is that just numbers I picked up? Do you think, or do you think
A lot of
that's-
girls just like things in their mouth, man. And what do I gotta say? So like when you eat a flat versus when you eat something with a bone, there's something still stuck in your mouth that you have to spit out. So
Well, and like this is the thing is like as a fan of cheese pizza, I like flats more than like the average
could-
person, right? Because it's like
definitely,
you know,
like, you can ask Bill Clinton
Or
about
my
like
Billy
his
C-
cheese pizza.
yeah, like. Well, and the thing is, like, when last time me and Bill Clinton hung out, which is hopefully never, but in a
The last time we hung out with Hope,
in an alternate universe where me and Bill Clinton are
I voted
friends,
flats.
we do enjoy our flats as
you
well.
did vote flats. You did vote flats.
know.
I did.
It's surprising from the last poll
From
that we
the last
had,
post, I
where you
changed my
didn't know
mind,
what you were
Shane.
voting for. And by the way, the last time you and Bill Clinton hung out with Hopefully Never,
In an
that
alternate,
doesn't make any sense.
in an alternate universe, we did hang out, but not in this universe.
You guys double team Lewinsky, didn't you?
Well, you know what, man? Like realistically, in a perfect world, me and Bill Clinton are probably
She
friends.
but
this isn't a perfect world.
She
right?
was stabbed by white guy and then Japanese guy. The white guy, Japanese guy. It was like that, right, Teeter Totter?
You know what, man? Like, if you think about it, like Japanese people were like me. You know, like the one thing that pisses me off is the fact that Chinese food is more popular than Japanese food.
Oh, I love
Chinese food is way better than Japanese
Oh
food.
God,
Are you
for
serious?
sure.
Yeah, but
Hey,
what,
man,
what we
can I
get
meet you
here isn't
outside?
even real Chinese food, man.
Are you guys you guys didn't. You
I think General Tao chicken is like an authentic dish, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Who-
you think
which one
butter
of you-
chicken is an authentic
Oh, I
Indian
love
dish?
butter
Like,
chicken.
you know what I mean?
which one of you people invented sushi?
I did.
Pardon me. Like, what did you just say?
Which one of you guys invented sushi?
Like,
The Chinese or the Japanese?
dude, that should be a really
Japanese.
obvious question,
Japanese.
bro.
That's a jip jap
I assumed
paddywhack.
it was
Give,
the
give a nip a
Japanese.
bone.
Japanese. Was it the Chinese that?
I don't know.
No.
Do you know?
Yeah, I do, because like, I can't believe that I actually have to answer this right now.
That
I'm not
who
even gonna lie.
created-
It's the Japanese.
Yeah, it's the Japanese.
Obvi.
Like,
Okay.
dude, like,
Avi.
I didn't know for sure.
who's crazy enough to just say, "Hey guys, let's just take a raw piece of fish and just dip it in soy sauce and serve it to
And
people."
serve
I guess it's the same guys,
Like,
same
all
guys
I-
that ran Kamikaze,
all I have to-
Kamikaze mission.
All I have to say is badum with my bamboo
The
drumsticks.
one thing I'll have to commend the Chinese for is the fact
No,
that they were like, "Hey guys,
chopsticks.
you know what? Let's cook
Chinese
this
chopsticks?
food. Let's cook this fucking food and serve it to people." The Japanese are like, "You know what? This fish doesn't need to be cooked. It's all good."
I
Don't
will
worry
say
about
one
it."
thing. I've always
Hate
wanted to
tuna.
go to Japan to try blowfish. Apparently-
Japanese people
Why
love
don't
you.
you still
You have
cook
no
fish
idea how
below
much
you?
Japanese people will love you. Like Eric, if you went to Japan, if I was a 20-year-old Japanese woman that just got out of college and was like, "Okay, I need to make a name for myself." And if I saw you
It would be
walking
the
on the street,
blowfish.
I would literally be like, "Oh my God, Eric Nielsen."
Is it
like-
because I'm white or because I like blowfish?
No, it's because-
I
Did
can't
you like to
tell.
blow?
I like
It's
to
because
blow
you
fish.
know what? It's because you're taller than 6'7" and you're white.
I'm taller than 6'7".
No.
No, sorry.
taller
five-
Is this guy fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or some shit?
Sorry, it's because you're taller than 5'7"
I
and you're
am
white.
5'7".
And you're white, so like that just like goes on the list for me.
6.
Really?
My-
Any Japanese girls out there watching? I'm white and I like blowfish.
No, they
So
are. They
please,
are. My mom is like 5'6", so it's like.
add me on Instagram and I mean, do what you have.
Are
to.
you talking to Alex's mom right now?
I hope she's watching. She's not gonna be watching until like this actually goes up online.
Well, when,
Any milfs?
when Alex's mom watches, hit me up. I like sushi. You guys,
She
you guys
likes those
invented
older.
it.
He likes she.
But no, I'm gonna be
She-
completely honest. I'm actually gonna show this to my mom like when this goes up. Like
Really?
you guys have no idea.
Tell her to
Like,
hit me up.
You
I'm
know
always
you-
famous.
I will.
We all know
You
your
can
mom
save
finds me
lives.
deathly attractive. I'm funny and I'm white.
That's
What
It's
do you
live
want?
right now.
Sure.
We will definitely try to save this because this is fucking jokes.
All right. So what's the next topic?
All right. Well,
We have to
first,
keep talking.
first, I just want to say that out of the 14 girls that voted, 64.3% prefer flats.
69.
Out of the 10 guys that voted, six of the 10, which is 60% to 40%, should be self-explanatory, prefer flats. So I'm outvoted here, and clearly in the polls where I voted because most of you guys prefer flats. I don't get it. I'll never understand, but that's
Good.
just how it is.
Good.
But thanks for
It
your
all tastes
opinion.
the
Don.
same, dude.
Everyone's
Moving
I
happy.
know
on.
what you mean. I'll see you in prison, but I'll actually get my fingers amputated. So go ahead.
Moving on to the next topic, starting ladies first with Dakota. And this one, I kind of want to hear Matt's opinion on it, but before you get into
Uh-oh.
your speech, I want to hear Alex's opinion because we are going this way around.
No, it's
Oh.
okay. It's okay. They can go that way. That's fine.
So,
I go either way.
last week we did a poll on whether aliens were real or not.
Yes.
This week we are doing a different one. Are ghosts real? Dakota.
Okay.
You're wrong.
Every time someone asks me if ghosts is real, I want to say yes, but I also want to say no. Because I'm pretty sure my house is haunted because I have had stuff moved. Or because we played the Ouija board.
I had a guy one time that wouldn't
Been
come
there,
into my
done
house
that.
because we had a Ouija board.
No one.
And it's like,
I know
a giant
someone.
pussy. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I know someone that won't come to my house because of the Ouija board
Yeah,
in my house.
I knew a guy about that too. He wouldn't come
they
in.
won't. Nope.
He wouldn't come in because I had a Ouija board in my house. And that's just pathetic,
But
in my opinion.
another reason why I think I don't believe in ghosts because I have not seen anything.
And I'm glad you brought that point up because I want to touch on that. Anyways, thank you for your thoughts. Matt, ghosts.
Okay, so fuck yeah, of course they're real.
Looks like Matt's seen a ghost right now.
Well, okay, yeah, talk to me after the podcast. But anyway, though, I was just gonna say. So people, what they actually look for when they look for any sort of answer in anything is they require proof, right? And proof usually involves something that you see, something that you can handle in a material sense, but you can't handle anything spiritual in a material sense, so you got to rely on your intuition, right? And so the only kind of people that really rely on their intuition more so than logic are children, right? Because no sense of logic is really instilled at the point where you take, I'm going to assume nobody here has children, but
As far as I know.
right? So it's like when a child puts his hand on the oven and he realizes the stovetop is hot, he's not going to do that again. That's a sense of logic, not intuition. You end up learning that by fucking up.
Yeah, no,
right?
I agree. I agree.
So as for being like, I didn't see one, so I can't tell, to me, the reason why I think that statement is kind of like bullshit, no offense, is just because, like, at the end of the day, if you actually saw a spirit, you probably would tell yourself that it's something else, because the way we actually learn is
Your
we
brain.
categorize and label based off what we already know. So what you already know is what you supposedly know, not what you already, you know what I mean? Because, like, you have a preconceived set of beliefs. We all have different beliefs, spiritually, whatever. We all have different beliefs in this room, whether you get down to it. So when somebody sees something they don't understand, they categorize and label it as something. And some people go like, that's a spirit. Some people go, that's a figment of my imagination. And, like, totally up to you what to believe. But at the end of the day, when we were talking about quantum shit in our alien thing, yeah, you can't literally just say that something is just not real if the mind is also a dimension in one of the dimensional planes, just like the spiritual one.
So you believe ghosts are real?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Also, it also could be your brain tricking you, thinking there's something there.
And
there's
we will touch on that. Dakota's making some very good points.
DMT and serotonin are common in
Or
hallucinogenic
if you're on
drugs, and
drugs.
also while we sleep, right? But also at the same time, those very same chemicals come into play very well when a medium is doing his or her thing.
Of course.
So at the same time, that's where that intuition comes in, and where you actually think to yourself, because we all get anxious, right? It's like when somebody, you talked about the Ouija board. Somebody comes. It's pronounced a Ouija board, but that's okay. I don't give a fuck.
I've always heard Ouija.
That's because Hollywood. But anyway, though the thing is like, people have a fear of something they don't understand, and it's like, what? That's apparently a spirit talking board or something. So people just all of a sudden have this fear that something bad is going to happen because they're showing up to something that's unknown. And, like, within your own anxiety, you can create your own fears and then also stimulate your imagination. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to say Dakota is full out 100% wrong, but at the end of the day, you do have to trust your own intuition and think to yourself what actually is real and what isn't.
What isn't, yeah. Okay, fair enough, good answer. Alex, ghosts, real or not real, and why? A brief little sentence. Well, you don't have to keep it brief.
It's all good. It's like, well, most of the time, I personally don't believe that they're actually real. Just because, like, in my opinion, it all gets lost in speculation. So, like, for instance, I smoked a cigarette before I came to this podcast.
A little different than what I smoked.
And, like, it's like half of you might say that I put the cigarette out at the bar. Half of you might say that I put it out before we got into this building, right? And, like, realistically, it's like, it goes to the point where, like, if you talk to someone's imagination, if I said to, like, so if we're all, like, hanging out at an abandoned house, and if I said, hey, man, did you see that apparition, like, maybe, like, 20 minutes ago? And the other guy's like, oh, no, we saw it, like, 25 minutes ago. Then, like, realistically, it's like, we're all being high off the idea. What's going on?
Sorry, no, she's doing her church.
No, I'm just saying, like, we're all
Possessed by an oral sex demon. Go ahead.
She called you daddy. You're her daddy.
No, the ghost is.
That's what Alex is.
I'm just saying,
Jap daddy. That could be a rapper.
Casper.
I'm just saying, it's like,
She loves getting slapped with a bamboo stick. Go ahead.
We're all high and anticipating off the idea that we all don't understand something. And, like, when someone doesn't understand something, just even a minute or two of the person seeing something, the same exact thing that you saw versus someone else saw, you guys saw it in your head 2 minutes apart. The idea of that becomes romanticized to the point where, like, people are like, oh my god, like, I saw a ghost too, but in the same exact place that you saw a ghost, but like the time that I saw a ghost was like 2 minutes before that you saw one. And I find that realistically, like, if it's one thing that we can all agree with, there is something that we don't understand, right? But the fact that we might all see that same apparition in the same exact time that, subject B might see it versus subject A is, like, I don't think is possible, because it's like, we obviously all know that there's something that exists, but we personally don't understand the complete grasp of it. And we're all trying to find a way to understand what hopefully I understand. It's like, so let's just say that we all go to, like, I don't know, what's the closest haunted place to here?
Wonderland?
Wonderland. It's like, how about the Parliament? How about
Actually, I think we're talking about abandoned place, not Canada's Wonderland.
What's the most haunted place in Canada where Justin Trudeau lives? I'm kidding. But no, anyways.
No, there is some haunted shit up in Ottawa.
But no, I'm just saying, it's like, if we all go to the same place and we're like, okay, like, we all in the same room and we're like, oh my god, I just saw an apparition. So did you? And like, we all try to like talk about how we all saw at the same exact time. Obviously, we're gonna have different stories. Like, it's hilarious because like. It's hilarious. Sorry, I have to bring it down. I was talking out of my frame. I'm just saying, it's like, as human beings, we're always trying to find relatability.
Yeah, of
and
course.
I find that just transcribes into things that we don't understand. So realistically, you know, I don't have a complete understanding of what of unknown, but at the same time, I personally think that people are consistently trying to find relatability within the unknown. So, you know, sometimes. Ghost stories.
Dakota is just dying over here at your.
Like ghost.
Dakota's just possessed by an oral sex demon. I'm telling you. But go ahead.
Casper.
She's always got that stuff on her mind.
Is Casper an oral sex demon?
Casper the friendly ghost.
I see why he's friendly.
I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna end this here. It's like, as human beings, we're always trying to find the unknown as a really, really relatable and romanticized thing. When realistically, I personally don't think that any of us have a good idea of what the fuck's going on when it comes to the realm, like outside the realm of what we personally know.
Outside of the
It's
physical
like,
world, you mean?
like the physical world, but like as soon as you start talking about like what's outside like the fourth realm, like then you're like, oh shit, like what is outside the fourth realm? Like, oh my god, I know how to smell, hear, talk, and you know the feels. Like, but like outside of that, what the fuck do I actually know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, and it's like. I could be like the New Age Alan Watts and talk about this for like 5 hours straight, but I'm not going to do that.
You're like
because
him and Aliens last
I'm gonna
week.
sound. I'm just
Wait,
gonna
wait,
sound.
I could go on talking about ghosts.
I'm
too.
gonna sound like a dumbass.
Yeah.
No. We do have to kind of wrap it up
Yeah.
soon. So I'll give you my opinion and then I'll read the statistics quickly.
I'll be right
I'll
back.
burn some
I
sage
need
and
to,
purify the negative energy in here.
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
You're getting off. All right. Alex has quit early. He's got to pee. Yeah, I know. The podcast will be over before you're back. So Alex has already said his opinion.
I just wanna say a quick thing.
I'm
I
a
don't.
human being.
I mean, I don't know if it was just my brain playing games with me, but after I've seen what it was, The Conjuring. I don't know if you've seen the movie The
Yeah,
Conjuring.
I've seen it.
Where you know how when she like wakes up with like bruises all over her body.
Oh,
There
yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah.
time after I've seen it that I legit felt some like movement in my bed, and then I have woke up with a bruise on me.
Awoken.
Oh, whatever. But
As,
still,
as for personal stories, with all due respect, I'm going to keep them to myself, and you can talk to me after the podcast if you want. But I also just think that besides people being afraid of the unknown, is that I think that people are also inherently afraid to accept new ideas in the regard that when we see something we don't know, like before when we were talking about aliens, you see something in the sky that's moving in straight lines
You
at
think
beyond
it's a
Mach
UFO.
speeds, and you're just like, oh shit, that's a UFO, or somebody goes, hey, you know, that's actually just a military drone and unreleased technology to
Yeah.
us, is like, you can interpret something whatever way you want, but inherently, I've always just kind of felt like, why would I second guess my intuition as to whether this is just my own paranoid thoughts or there is something else here, you know?
that's
like,
what I mean. That's when it could be just my brain just playing games, like, or I just banged my leg off of something and didn't realize till the next day.
Right.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. All right, well, personally, we have to wrap this up quick because we are running out of time. Welcome back, Alex. How was your pee?
It was all right. There was some weird like guy that was like in his like 40s looking at me, but I feel like he was like just trying to be a friend.
Fair enough. Well, that's what happens.
I
at
meet
charity.
friends at the urinal all the
Same.
time.
Me too. Some of my best friends start at the urinal.
You guys are.
Anyways,
That's
so-
where I met Dakota.
I do not. That was good. So, I do not believe in ghosts personally, and
You're going to hell.
The reason why is because I've never seen one, and what pisses me off the most, and I find this extremely convenient, is that people who do believe in it, big time, they say, "Oh, well, you don't believe in it because you haven't seen it because you don't believe in it." That sounds too
Okay,
convenient
I've
to
been
me.
told that because
Well, that's bullshit.
Well,
I don't understand. So
at the end
that
of-
sounds like a convenient excuse.
Well, also at the end of the day, so I mean, being that you and I stand very differently here, though, is like you know, you're saying, oh, I could end up pulling the argument, oh, you didn't see it, so you don't believe it. But also, too, if I talk about it as being something so unbelievable, it would be something that you'd have to see or try and actually fathom.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, too, like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and we can't debate yes, no. But I also can't use the argument of if you haven't seen it, then you'll never know. That to me is a very weak argument.
Well, we can certainly debate this. Well, not debate, really, because, but 61% of people and 39%
Not
say yes, they are real. More people think they're real. 9 people as opposed to 12 of the 31 people that turned out for this poll. Now, 3 guys and 16 girls say yes, they're real. 8 guys and 4 girls say no. So, of the 11 guys that voted, 72.7 versus 27.3% say no, they're not real. However, on the girl perspective, of the 20 that turned out for this poll, 80%, 16 girls, say yes, they're real. 4 girls, 20%, say no, they're not real. So, colossally, the numbers more are no, they're not real. But more guys as opposed to girls, and way more girls as opposed to guys say that ghosts are real. Now, I ask you this, my final closure question. Is this just numbers I picked up? Did more girls turn out? Or do more girls, in fact, believe in the supernatural?
Well, you attract a lot of women, so that's kind of a biased question.
I mean,
if the shoe fits.
Oh no, it's like we can go clockwise, like, you know.
Starting with, we'll start with Dakota. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it just you got lucky with those numbers.
Fair enough.
But also because I had been told a lot of people could just be gullible and just think what they see.
Yeah, I think a lot of, I agree with that, but I feel like a lot of girls are more scared and want
Yes.
to believe in the fact of ghosts. I don't think a lot of people necessarily do. I think they want to believe in it. I think there's a difference between believing and wanting to
Yeah.
believe.
That's right, 100%, because sometimes we look for answers. We look for what we want at the end of the day, right? And so what you might want might not be the actual answer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Alex, final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Well, my final thoughts are personally that I find that the human condition is to rationalize things that we personally do not understand. And, you know, it's like there's been like historical evidence that like there's been so many people who have done the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And I personally don't think we understand anything about anything about the unknown. Like, so
But
it's
the
like,
quantum realm.
about the
Well, of course, we don't know anything about the unknown.
Unless
That's what makes it the unknown.
But my point is like the unknown as I mean like ghosts in this scenario. Like I'm not talking about the unknown as I mean like the Hadron Collider, you know, or like anything that CERN
Oh
has to
fuck
say.
yeah, man!
It's
I've
like-
been
it's a-
underground and I've been fucking walking through different dimensions.
But
Got
my
a
point
problem?
is like if you put a bunch of people into a situation where they're like, you know, let's just say like a haunted house or something, and you're expecting to see ghosts, or like you're putting yourself in the mentality that you're
Or
like,
it just could be like a bird
all
knock
of
something
us,
over.
all of us are
Mongoose.
here. We're expecting
Mongoose.
we're expecting for something weird to happen, then, you know, your senses are going to be more tuned to like something weird happening.
Of course. Okay.
Because like realistically, it's like I don't think that we like I personally don't think we understand anything about ghosts, but at the same time, like the idea that there has been people that have like heard or said something about ghosts, like, you know, then it makes the situation seem that much more viable.
Cool.
Like,
Okay.
So it's like you know, it's like
Well, also too, I just want to say there's a big difference between an open mind and a skeptic, right? Because a skeptic sits on the fence and goes, "What if this? What if that?"
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
an open mind considers all possibilities, whereas the thing is
But that's the thing. I don't
You-
consider all possibilities. Like I don't think that. Like
so are you
ghosts-
saying you're a skeptic, not an open mind?
100%. Like
I'm more of a skeptic too, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Because like what I'm just getting at by I guess this definition that I'm throwing up my ass here is like a skeptic sits on the fence, whereas an open mind always takes that open stance of what if, you know, at the end of the day too. And I mean, we'll all have a personal conclusion at the end of the day, but that'll, you know,
Chances are it could be going back. It can
it's okay.
ghosts can be real or ghosts can't. It's always going to be a 50-50.
So you're
you know
saying you
what?
do believe then?
Well, that's when I'm going back. I
In the
do,
end-
but I don't.
In the end,
It's hard for me
In the
to-
end, we will never really know.
A collective-
Because even if you see,
I beg to differ, but that's okay.
even if you see a ghost, who's to say that it's not in your head?
No,
We will
exactly,
never
exactly.
really.
And again,
Well,
there's-
it's like I said to you before, the mind is like another dimension too. Just like I guess any sort of spiritual astral plane, whatever the fuck. We're not on some pagan podcast, so I'm not going to talk about all that shit.
No, of course, of course. Anyways, so going around one final time, I just want to hear your final opinions. No thoughts on it. Dakota, you were in the middle.
I'm in between.
You believe in ghosts, Matt?
Fuck yes.
Collective confusion as well as a bias.
So
Just
you're
saying,
you're like Dakota. You're in the middle.
in the middle.
Okay, I don't. Anyways, but please, if you watch this podcast, feel free to vote and let me know what you think about ghosts and whether they're real or not. Real.
You're going to fucking believe they're real because I'll be placing some curses and hexes.
All right, guys. I appreciate all you guys coming out for real. Next time you're all
No, same
welcome.
with
You know that.
Thanks a lot
Yeah.
for having us. I
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate it.
having us,
Bye.
Capital
Thank
E.
you.
Anytime. All right,
Thank you very
guys.
much, sir. Have a good one.
Let's get alcohol.
Let's get alcohol. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
buddy.
All right, guys. This is Down to the Bar. I'm Capital E. Have a great night.